Alright, good day. So, today we'll be discussing for our Computer Programming 1 subject, Lesson 1, Introduction to Computer Programming. So, before we proceed doon sa ating programming language na gagamitin, pag-usapan muna natin or let me introduce muna sa inyo yung computer programming. So, all of us are familiar now with the concept of computer. Kasi everywhere we go, you're able to recognize kung ano yung computer at kung ano yung hindi. Now, ano ba yung definition or meaning ng computer? Kung i-google nyo, ang computer po is any device that is capable to process data. No? So, in short po, ang computer can be defined as an electronic device that is capable to do the three primary function. So, again, a computer is an electronic device that is capable to do the three primary function. Ano yung three primary function na yon? So, the three primary function is input, second is process, and third is output. Kung i-draw ko yan, meron tayong input here. So, sa input, ang nangyayari po, dito nag-receive si computer ng input or data from the outside world. Once na nakatanggap siya ng input, ipaprocess niya yan. So, process can be anything from, for example, editing a picture to writing a Word document. So, once na na-process na yan ni computer, magkakaroon siya siyempre ng display, di ba? Paano natin makikita yung process na data? So, magkakaroon siya ng display and that's what we called output. So, every computer has this three primary function. Meron pa yan siyang additional, yung fourth function niya, and that is to store those process data. Pero meron kasing ibang computer na walang storage capacity, pero meron silang tatlo na ito. Tatlong elements na to. And that is still considered as a computer. Now, my question is, do you think a calculator, yes, a calculator yung ginagamit nyo to compute something or to compute numbers, is a calculator a computer? Base dyan sa definition above, is a calculator a computer? So, base dyan sa definitions natin above in terms of computer, si calculator ba electronic device? Is it made with electronics? Yes. Second, is it able to do this three primary function? Ano yung three primary function? Kaya niya ba tumanggap ng input sa outside world? Kaya. 'Di ba? Kasi yung pag nagpe-press kayo ng button, kunyari 1 plus 1, that's already an example of input. Second, is it able to process that input? Of course, 'di ba? Kaya nga nagkakaroon tayo ng sagot or answer. Kunyari, 1 plus 1, pag press yung equals button, automatically kino-compute ni calculator. So, meron tayong process. And syempre, nadi-display yung answer to the outside world. So, and that's what we called output. So, in the question, is a calculator a computer? The answer will be yes. Specialized computer lang siya. Sa atin kasi iniisip natin na kapag computer yung normally na nakikita lang natin, mga personal computer. No, capable to do many things. Pwede kang mag-calculate, pwede kang mag-edit ng pictures, edit ng video, mag-stream, mag-surf sa web, no? But computers are also have the ability to be specific for a specific function. So, specialized siya. Meron lang siyang certain na ginagawa, katulad ng calculator. Another question, is a smartphone considered to be a computer? Balikan natin yung definition sa taas. Is a smartphone an electronic device? Of course, di ba? It is made with different electronic chips. Now, is a smartphone capable of input, process, and output? Isa-isahin natin. When you're using Facebook Messenger, pag mag-chat kayo, anong ginagawa nyo? Di ba nagta-type kayo? So, that's an example of input. So, once na-type nyo, you hit send, that's an example already of process. Pinaprocess niya yung data na in-input nyo to communicate over the Facebook Messenger server so that the receiver will receive the message. That's the process. And syempre, the output is that you and the receiver are able to see yung sinend nyo or yung chinat nyo doon sa messenger. So, to the question, is a smartphone a computer? The answer also will be yes. No? Tablet computer din siya. Even yung tag dito, sabihin natin, speaker, yung mga radio speaker, it can be also considered as specialized computer. Able siya to perform a function with a hit of a button, but for a specific purpose. So, any electronic device na able to receive ng input, na process yung raw input na yon, and then is able to produce data or display data, that is considered a computer. Now, with the definition of computer already defined, let's proceed naman sa definition ng programming. Okay. So, pag sinabi nating programming, ito po ay active word. O sa English na tawag nating verb, it's an act. So, programming is an act of writing instructions that tells the computer what to do. So, ang programming po is an action or an act of writing instructions in which sinasabihan natin si computer or i-instruct natin si computer, ganito yung gawin mo. Alright? Now, yung instructions na yon are simply called, ito ay simply called as program or software, di ba? Familiar kayo? Or application. Kung ano-ano man. So, yan yon. Now, di ba papansinin nyo, kapag gagamit kayo ng smartphone, i-click nyo yung icon ng camera or button ng camera, mag-o-open yung camera mo. So, merong instruction doon sa cellphone mo na when this condition is met, kapag na-click yung camera icon, i-open mo yung camera hardware ng phone. So, that's an example of a program. And the act of writing one is what we call programming. So, sa computer programming, kaya nilagay ko dyan lecture and laboratory. This subject is skill-based. No? So, hindi lang dito, karamihan kasi ng estudyante or when we study, ang inisip natin, we just need to regurgitate yung information na na-receive natin. No? So, memorize tayo ng definition, iniintindi natin yung mga example, but sa computer programming, for you to say na ay marunong ako program, it needs to be seen. So skill-based siya. Kaya sabi ko programming is an act So, sa subject na to, kailangan nyo mag-program. Hindi lang tayo quiz-quiz. No, meron tayong mga activities in which I will assign for you to create a code or create a program that does certain things. So let's go back to my introduction of programming. So okay na tayo. So computer programming essentially is the act of writing instruction that tells the computer what to do. What is a computer? A computer is an electronic device capable of input, process, and output, and sometimes storage. Now, let's define naman yung tool na gagamitin natin. Kasi when we do computer programming, meron yan different tools eh. Environment, programming language, and so on. But let's talk about the programming language. So, ang programming language, same yan siya. Pag narinig niyo yung word na language, 'di ba? Ang nasa isip nyo ay lengguwahe, salita. So, ganun din po yung sa programming language. So, kung tayong mga tao, we are capable to speak a language, for example, Tagalog or English, in that activity, we are able to converse our thoughts, our emotions to other people that also speak the same language. Now, when we talk about programming language, this is, by definition, the language of the computer. So there are many languages that a computer is able to understand. Meron tayong different levels. Meron tayong machine language, meron tayong low-level language, high-level language. But essentially, programming language is yung ginagamit nating structure or lengguwahe para kausapin yung computer. Okay? So, ang programming language na gagamitin po natin sa subject na ito is yung Python programming language. So, itong Python programming language, kahit elementary student or kinder student, basta meron siyang understanding na ng English and meron siyang comprehension na, they are able to create programs using Python. Kasi Python is one of the easiest programming language to use or to learn. Now, next lesson, I'll be discussing to you the different Python basics. But for now, let's talk about the syntax and semantics of Python. So when we say syntax, ito ay mga jargons ng field natin ha. Pero makikita nyo rin siya. Kung may mga English plus kayo, mababanggit din sa inyo to. Kasi universal naman yung meaning niya. So, syntax po and semantics. So, if you have used a scientific calculator before and you try to enter different equations, malamang sa alamang, you will encounter what we call syntax error. Essentially, a syntax error is the error that the calculator displays when it does not understand the format of data you are entering on it. So essentially, syntax is yung proper format or proper na pagkasunod-sunod ng ating code. So, syntax is the proper format of our code. So, meron tayong sinusunod na pagkasunod-sunod. Parang sa English, 'di ba? When we talk in English, meron dalawa, yung proper English and then yung parang English baroque, 'di ba? Which is nag-i-English ka, pinagtatagpi-tagpi mo yung mga English words pero in a way na hindi tama. Kaya nga English baroque 'di ba? So, ang nangyayari is possible na maintindihan ka or possible na hindi ka rin maintindihan ng kausap mo kasi hindi tama yung grammar. Ganon yung nangyayari when we have syntax error in our program also. Tama yung mga code na ginamit natin, yung mga methods na tinawag natin, pero hindi sa tamang pagkasalansan. Kaya, nagkakaroon ng error. Now, yung semantics naman po is the meaning behind the code. So, kung yung words natin may meaning, yung code natin may meaning din. 'Di ba? So, meaning behind the code. So, that will be our semantics. The meaning behind the code. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng print na code? Ano yung ibig sabihin ng input na code? Anong ibig sabihin ng variable? So, that's an example of semantics. Now, while I have you with the variables I've already discussed, variables po is one key element of programming. So, basic element niya or isa sa mga basic element niya is yung tinatawag nating variables. So, variables is you've often encounter it already sa mathematics. Familiar kayo kay find x, find y, 'di ba? Find z. Those are variables. Ano nangyayari? Bakit pinapahanap sa atin si x, pinapahanap sa atin si y, pinapahanap sa atin si z? That is because we don't know the value. So, kapag hindi nyo pa alam yung value sa math, gumagamit kayo ng variable that will stand as if that is the value. Diba? Yun yung lalagyan. So, sa programming, variables is essentially the storage of values or data. Okay? Especially if we don't know still the data, we use a variable and we will save that data input inside that variable. Right? So sa Python, variables are very easy. No? So variables can be any letter. So kahit anong letter or even word, for example, dog, o kaya X or Y, that is considered a variable. So any combination of letters or combination of alphanumeric strings can be considered a variable. So variable, lalagyan yan siya ng value. Ang layman's term niyan is, imagine you have an object that you want to store. O, may damit ka na gusto mong itago. Saan mo siya ilalagay? Sa megabox. Yung megabox, yun yung variable. Yun yung lalagyan ng object or ng damit mo. Now, once na gusto mong kunin yung damit, saan mo kukunin yung damit? Sa megabox din, di ba? So, ganun yung concept ng variables. Then, I think I have here, yung example. Ayan. The example of a Python code. So, kung titingnan nyo yan, I'll give you a few minutes to internalize. Basahin nyo. Nabigyan ko kayo ng 1 minute. Basahin nyo siya with comprehension. Tingnan natin kung magigets nyo kung ano yung gagawin ng code na yan. So, ang code din pala can be also called source code or program. Yan. Ayan. So, let me give you a minute to read for yourself the entirety of the program or source code. Okay. So, sa first line, kung titingnan natin, meron dyang word na password file equals open, open parenthesis, secret password file.txt. Kung ang understanding nyo is that merong i-open na file, and yung file na yun ay secret password file, tama ang inyong understanding. So, ang Python po uses or is a high-level language. Ibig sabihin, it uses commands and methods that has the same meaning to its English word. So, pag sinabi nating open sa English, ibig sabihin nun, may bubuksan. Diba? So, dito sa line 1, may bubuksan na file. And yung binuksan na file, ipapasok siya because of the equal sign or the assignment operator na tinatawag natin that I will discuss in further lessons, ipapasok natin siya sa password file na variable. Now, sa line 2, kung makikita natin, meron tayo another variable o another na lalagyan na ang pangalan ay secret password. Kung saan, yung original variable natin na password file ay ilalagay. Maliban doon, gagawin yung read method. Ibig sabihin, babasahin yung nakastore na laman sa password file, sabay ilalagay siya sa another variable na ang pangalan ay secret password. Again, ang variable is just the storage or lalagyan ng data. And then sa line 3, kung nakita niyo yung print, di ba print, matik yan. Pag sabihin print, ilalabas, i-display. So, ipreprint yung nakalagay na word, which is enter your password. So, when we run the program, may lalabas dyan, enter your password. After nun, magkakaroon tayo ng another variable na ang pangalan naman ay type password, kung saan the input method is executed. So, sa Python, kapag ginamit mo yung word na input with open close parenthesis, ibig sabihin yan, nire-ready mo si compiler to receive data from the user. And that received data will be put inside another variable, which is yung ating type password. Now, sa line 4, merong parang decision with the word if. So, if, di ba, sa Tagalog means kung, or translated into the word kung. Diba? Kung ganito, edi ganon. So, ganon yung concept ng line 4. So, if yung type password, which is ito, is equals sa secret password, which is yung binasa natin kanina, magkakaroon ng output na access granted sa line 5. Essentially, ang line 4 po is chine-check ng program natin or ng ating source code kung tama ba or equivalent yung pinasok ni user na password sa password na naka-save. Okay? So, kung nagigets nyo na, ay parang login ito, login code, yes, that is right. It's the login siya. Yung nangyayari when we log in any program. And then, meron tayong pangalawang kung sa 6. So, sabi dyan, if type password equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 naman daw, meron din siyang ipiprint out. Else, kung wala doon sa dalawa, ipiprint na lang is access denied. Diba? So, yan yung understanding o ganyan lang kasimple yung concept when you're writing a code in Python. Para lang siyang ini-internalize mo lang yung process, sabay tina-type mo lang. Okay? So, thank you for listening. Hopefully, you've learned something. And this has been Lesson 1, Introduction to Computer Programming.